How's it going, YouTube? DM Tombstone Belts back here again with a brand new video, and this is night 2 aftermath of WrestleMania at 37, and what a shocking night, might I say. And of course, the majority of our matches was like kind of 50-50 of how things went. First, starting off with Randy Orton versus The Fiend. Alexa Bliss coming out with in front of the ring, a big Jack-in-a-Box, and out pops The Fiend. The Fiend was literally whipping Randy until he was distracted by Alexa Bliss coming out looking with black stuff bleeding out of her head, caught with an RKO out of nowhere, and Randy Orton wins. I was thinking that The Fiend was actually going to win that match, but apparently not. Neither did my friend Frank, who left. And obviously that was a bad move. Then the Women's Tag Team Championship match. Obviously, the whole setup was thrown completely off. And I thought that probably Naomi and Lana was going to win the titles. But no. In the end, Shayna Baszler and Nia Jax retained the titles. Next up, the United States Championship match. Sheamus versus Matt Riddle. I don't recall how I made my predictions from the prediction video of who would win. I believe I said Sheamus. And yet Sheamus did win. Pulling out a brogue kick. And he's now a 3-time United States champion. Then there's the Intercontinental Championship match. Apollo Crews versus Big E in a Nigerian drum fight. Or a simple fact, a street fight. And Big E was going nearly, it was back to back, fighting for the win. And Apollo messed up and went through a table. He got hit with a big ending. Big E was going for the win, and I don't know, the guy that I think was known to be a big hit sensation with Raw Underground, showed up and helped Apollo by hitting Big E with a choke slam and putting Apollo over him and letting him get the pin. So now Apollo Crews has won the Intercontinental Championship. And of course there's the Hall of Fame induction ceremony. Let's go on to the Raw. No. Then there was Kevin Owens versus Sami Zayn. And of course Logan Paul was there. Watching the matchup. Sami and Kevin going back and forth. And Sami did the critical mistake of trying to go for another Luma kick. Then got caught with a super kick. Then a stunner. And then 1, 2, 3. And then when he was going up against Logan Paul, when Logan Paul was trying to congratulate Kevin Owens, Logan Paul pushes Sami Zayn down. And of course, before that, I was thinking of a big brawl. Of course, Logan Paul raises the hand of Kevin Owens, but then gets stunned. Then Kevin Owens was just paying homage to Stone Cold, who was usually there, who does a stunner to anyone. He just wanted to stun Logan Paul. Then the Raw Women's Championship match. Rhea Ripley versus Asuka. Asuka was literally giving it everything it's worth. But then again, I predicted Rhea Ripley would come out on top, and yet she did. So, both the Raw and SmackDown Women's titles have changed hands at WrestleMania. Pretty much all the titles that have been defended at WrestleMania have changed hands. The only ones that haven't changed hands was the women's tag team titles. But then there's the Universal Championship match, triple threat: Edge versus Daniel Bryan versus Roman Reigns. I predicted that no matter who won, I was predicting that Roman Reigns was not going to walk out with the Universal title. And then I realized I miscalculated the amount of effort that Roman Reigns had when his Punk card would have been his cousin Jey Uso, who literally got involved with the matchup numerous times until he took a execution on the steel steps. Took him out for a while, and then during the midst of the match, it was going either way. Then when Edge put a crossface on Roman with the chair, a bit of the chair in his mouth, there's a metal piece of the fragment from the chair. Daniel Bryan comes in, preventing Roman from tapping, and puts a yes lock on his other arm. They're both locked in a submission with Roman. Roman literally can't even pass out or tap out. And Edge and Daniel Bryan looking at each other, knowing that there could only be one winner. And then he got into a headbutt brawl. And then Edge ended up spearing Daniel Bryan, going for a set of chairs for both Roman and Daniel Bryan. And then do a chair toe on Daniel Bryan, for which he never moved after that. Then he was going to go for a chair toe on Roman. And then Jey Uso out of nowhere comes to save his cousin again, but then gets speared and smacked several times with a chair. But Edge then gets speared by Roman and gets hit with the chair toe, to which Roman drags Edge over onto Daniel Bryan and pinning both of them at the same time, retaining his Universal Championship. I'd say that had to have been the worst matchup of the main event of WrestleMania. To know that Roman Reigns still winning the Universal Championship because of Jey Uso. But that was WrestleMania, and it was okay WrestleMania. I'll give you that. A lot better than last year due to the fact because now there had 25,000 people there at WrestleMania instead of 0 from last year because of them performing at the Performance Center. And Lord knows how many they're going to have next year in April in 2022 when WrestleMania returns to the AT&T Stadium in Dallas, Texas. But that was WrestleMania night 2, guys. And, I almost forgot. Since now it's the end of WrestleMania, it's time for the big reveal of the Road to WrestleMania Choose a Belt contest. And guys, as much as I was hoping for your votes and saying between these two, neck and neck, I'm afraid that it seems to me I didn't get much votes, but it still got a vote in for the winner. And the winning belt for this year's Road to WrestleMania Choose a Belt contest is the Revisit United States Championship Spinner Belt. I mean, I only done 2 belts. 2 of these. This one, there's the original, and one I did long ago that was sent to Tyler the Day as a, send it out to him as a gift with the hardcore belt. And now since it's time for me to do a revisit on this one, I'm thinking now easier ways of doing it. Obviously, like I said about the fidget spinners, the ball bearings, get one of those, make that spinner. But as well, make it in the form like this. I'll tell you have now, with the new type of tape and the new style of gems. And obviously, thank God, I have an adult replica, which I could mod it off of. So it'd be a lot easier than just guessing. So stick around for when I start working on that belt, guys. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like, don't forget to share, don't forget to subscribe. Leave your comments below of what you guys think. And as well, follow me on my social media platforms, like at Twitter at DMTombstone96, and as well on Instagram, DME96. I'm DM Tombstone Belts. I'll see you guys in the next video.